Welcome back to TV5 News at 9. April is Distracted Driving Awareness Month, and Michigan Auto Law wants to remind you how to stay safe when you're out on the roads. Calling in this morning, we have attorney Brandon Hewitt. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Of course. So, Brandon, tell us, what are the different types of distracted driving?
Well, it's a great question because a lot of people just think of distracted driving as texting and driving, which is obviously the most common. But anything that diverts your attention from the road, we consider distracted driving. So it's just using the cell phone at all. Eating and drinking, right? Going through the drive-through, reading or looking at maps, changing the radio station, being distracted by fellow passengers. So anything really that diverts your attention from the primary task of driving is considered distracted driving.
Yeah. And why is it so important to avoid these distractions?
Well, because driving is a very serious thing to do, right? You're driving multi-thousand-pound machines 50, 60, 70 miles an hour down the road. Car accidents are the #1 killer of drivers between the ages of 15 and 20. Texting while driving increases your risk crash of 23 times. Talking on a cell phone increases your risk by 8 times at least. And so I think just getting people back to the idea and understanding that driving is a serious task and it's not something to be done in the background while you're doing other things.
Yeah, very true. What would you like people to be aware of when it comes to Michigan's distracted driving law?
Well, the big thing now is, thankfully we're getting a little bit more serious, right? So we used to have a law that really only focused on teenage drivers, that kept cell phones out of the hands of teenage drivers. But now, we have the last couple of years here initiated a law that stops you from using a handheld cell phone in the car at all, right? So you can still use Bluetooth and you can still talk through your car's audio system, but there's no more driving while talking, and there's definitely no more texting while driving. That is a primary offense, so you can get pulled over if a police officer sees you on the cell phone with in your hand at all. Which we think is a great first step. We still think the penalties are a little light when it comes to these types of infractions. We think that they should be more aligned along the lines of drinking and driving, which obviously we all know have very serious penalties. Because distracted driving, believe it or not, many people don't realize is actually more dangerous than drinking and driving. And so we think the penalties should be aligned there. But we're on a good first step here by getting the cell phones out of people's hands, at least initially.
Now, Michigan Auto Law created the Kelsey Law Scholarship. Tell us how this first started and what it offers to students.
Yeah, so we've been doing this scholarship now for about 10 years in partnership with Bonnie Raphael, who really, I think, is maybe the primary person responsible for keeping Michigan drivers safe here over the last 15 years. Born out of a tragedy, her daughter unfortunately passed away in a serious car accident due to distracted driving. And instead of using that tragedy and just kind of shutting herself in, she took it and used it for the greater good here and helped get Kelsey's law passed, which took those cell phones out of teenage drivers' hands, and which obviously kind of evolved into this kind of broader cell phone prohibition that we have here in Michigan. And so Kelsey's Law Scholarship is something that we initiated with Bonnie to give away $5,000 every single year to Michigan high school students, juniors and seniors, who can help bring awareness and attention to the dangers of distracted driving. So we ask students to send in a video, what used to be a tweet, now a post with X, a graphic, or a YouTube submission, and we review those with Bonnie every single year to select the kind of the most attention-grabbing submissions, and we award some good money to kids going off to school, because we really believe that kids should talk to each other rather than having adults lecture them on what to do and what not to do. We think kids should talk to each other and make each other aware of the dangers of distracted driving.
Perfect. Any final reminders you want to leave our viewers with today?
We're coming up on summertime, which is always, the always most dangerous part of the year for driving. People get more aggressive. And so especially right now, we're really glad that you guys are bringing attention to this. Right now is the time to get extra cautious. Take your time getting places. Focus on the road, don't be distracted, and stay safe this summer as we all get ready to head out to the beach and do fun activities with our friends this summer. Just remember to stay safe out there.
Definitely. Well, Brandon, thank you again for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having us.
And once again, you can learn more about Distracted Driving Awareness Month and the Kelsey's Law Scholarship if you just go to the hot link section of WNEM.com.